Please note that the psychoeducational content provided is only for informational and educational purposes. This does not constitute a form of therapeutic advice or counseling. If you require personalized therapeutic or counseling interventions, it is recommended that you seek the services of a licensed mental health provider.
Welcome to another episode of, y'all ready? Nightcap with Nakia. Hey, Nightcap with Nakia. Nightcap with Nakia. Well, we will be discussing all things relationships with yourself, your spouse, and others. I am your host, Nakia L. Roberson, and I am a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas. I have a group practice, Next Stage Counseling and Wellness, where we work with individuals and couples who are ready to make the choice to change hindering situations by gaining clarity through tools to help interpret and respond differently to life's challenges. Whew, that was a mouthful. But yeah, you gotta be ready for your change. Can everybody say that? You gotta be ready for what? Your change. You gotta be ready for your change. So, y'all heard that feedback? That's because we have a live studio audience. Y'all make some noise up in the house. All right, let the people know that we are in the building. So, we have a live show tonight. And tonight, we are exploring the external tug of war between being rational and emotional. More specifically, during intense, heated conversations with your significant other. Now, child, listen. Hold on. I know you clapping, but listen. You know, they say that love is a beautiful thing, but it's also a wild and unpredictable roller coaster of emotions that can leave even the most composed individual, right? I don't care what you think your emotional intelligence level or score is. It can leave you feeling exhilarated and frustrated at the same doggone time. Am I right? Yes. Right. So, how do we balance between embracing our passionate emotions and staying level-headed while engaging in heartfelt discussions with our partners? How do we do that? We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. All right, so joining us in the studio today is a couple that is near and dear to me. One, because I've known this young lady since middle school? Elementary. All right, since elementary. Okay, so I've had the chance to watch this beautiful young lady grow before my eyes and become an extraordinary woman. She's an extraordinary sister, friend, a wonderful goddaughter, and fiance. Show the people. So you guys, please welcome Farron to the studio. Y'all give it up. And she brought her love. Well, I should say her love brought her, because this is not his first time on Nightcap. How many of y'all seen season 3? Season 3, Dating from a Male's Perspective. Yes. Yeah. So from season 3, Dating from a Male's Perspective, I decided to bring one, because y'all been hounding me in my DMs to bring the guys back. So I brought the guys back because we try to listen to what y'all say y'all want, and they brought their boo things. Now, Trevin, on season 3, what I got most in my DMs, that's when we was doing live on Instagram, they named you the baker.
Okay, I'll take that.
So Trev has a bakery business, and I'll never forget on that episode when we talked about your business before we got into talking about dating from a male's perspective. Somebody went to your page and they went into the comment section and they had already wanted to place an order for, I think it was banana pudding or something. So we have the baker in the building. Y'all give it up for Trevin. All right, so Nightcap tradition is we always ask you, what you sipping on? What you sipping on? All right, so tonight I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm sipping on. I'm gonna let my guests share with y'all what they're sipping on. So I have in my cup that nobody can see into. I'm just joking. So what I have tonight is I have some white sparkling grape something that my assistant decided to grace my cup with. So that's what I have in my cup. So tell us what you're sipping on, Farron.
I am sipping on the lovely Voss water.
Oh,
Yeah.
Voss.
Oh, it gotta be Voss.
Oh, that's fancy. Okay, what you got, Trev?
I got some of this delicious white sparkling grape, same as you.
So my assistant put that in your cup too.
Yes, she did.
All
Yes,
right,
it's
look,
good.
we gonna just click to it early. All right, so you drop in the comments what you are sipping on. The guests in the studio audience, they got some sip. I see some Starbucks over there. I see some water. What else? What I got back there in the back? I got some Coke in the house. All right, so we got some drink in the house. So you guys drop in the comments and let us know what it is that you are sipping on. So we're gonna go ahead and get this party started.
Come on.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so I got my show notes. Y'all look, I'm fancy. Got my show notes.
That's beautiful.
He say that's beautiful. So I got my show notes. So the first question I want to ask you, one, we know that you guys are engaged. You are an engaged couple. So yes, y'all give it up. Give it up. Marriage is a beautiful thing. So can you let the people know? How did the two of you meet?
I go.
Yeah,
Okay,
just go
cool.
first.
Oh. Let's see if the story's kind of
Well, we met through mutual friends.
Okay.
His cousin,
Mhm.
which is also his pastor,
Okay.
my childhood friend,
Okay.
who's still my friend.
Okay.
We grew up together, and they were engaged at the time.
Who was engaged?
My childhood friend and his cousin.
Oh, okay. It scared me a little bit. I was like, wait
So
a
they
minute.
was engaged at the time, and his friend / cousin said, "Go on Facebook," because I just posted a picture of. Her name is Darcy. I just posted a picture of Darcy's friend. So he decides to get on Facebook and check me out in the picture.
Yep, sure did.
He did. And then from there, the rest really was just history.
The rest is history. Okay,
Here we
so
are.
met through a friend. You know, one of the things is you have to be careful when you meet through friends, because like if you meet through a friend and then let's say things don't work out, do you still want to be friends with that friend who introduced you?
It depends.
Like
It depends on how bad the breakup was.
so does your story align with hers? Is it about the same?
Well, see, hers, that's how it started. Let me tell you how
How it really was.
Yeah.
Okay, how was
okay,
it?
so when I met her, we was at Benihana's.
Okay.
So she walked through the door. I said, "Man, she's beautiful."
Okay.
So we got to eat. We sat down. We started conversating and everything. And once the bill came, we came by ourselves. So the waitress was like, "Sir, do you want to pay separate or together?" I said, "Together."
Oh, okay.
So I took it upon myself to pay for the bill, and then I walked her to her car and got a number, and the rest is history.
Oh, look at you picking up the check. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotta wine and dine them,
Let him know. Okay.
Let him
And
know
so
what she was
when he picked up the check, so he was somebody that you didn't really know. And so when he picked up the check, tell me what was going through your mind. What were
Big
you-
money. You paying for my food. That's what
She
was going
say
on my
big
head.
money. Benny
But I was honestly shocked. Because I was
Okay.
like, no, separate. But he said it before I could even get out the words. So that kind of, okay.
Okay.
Had you on the list.
Add him on the list. So then you guys got together eventually, started dating. And so what made you come to the decision to say, you know what, this is the person that I want to move forward with?
I was ready to be in a serious relationship at the time. Even though I was still young,
Okay.
I was still ready. I
Yeah.
wanted something new, something fresh. And he came off as something new, something fresh. It was just something about him that was very different that I've never experienced. And then two, I told him this recently in my prayer journal. I wrote down exactly what I want in a man. I want the color of his skin, how he treat me, do he go to church?
Yeah.
Is he a family-oriented man? Like, all the things that I wanted in a man, I wrote it down in my journal. And I still have that journal, and it's been years.
Wow.
So, yes, and here he is.
And so what you wrote in your journal manifested before your eyes. This is okay.
A little Boaz.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mess. So one of the things that you said was, although you were young, and so I know, like, we all, well, not we all, but we watch a lot of stuff on Instagram. And so I remember there was this one, something on Instagram that was going around to where this guy was talking about, like, when his woman gets hot-headed, right? And so for some reason, women are the ones that people tend to dub as the emotional one or the hot-headed one. And so being young in a relationship and deciding that you want to move forward with one another, even while you're dating, like, talk to me about, you know, how important that is for you. Because I know we did the what males want, what, you know, dating from a male's perspective, right? So talk to me about how it was for you to look for a woman, or how important that is to have a woman that can handle herself emotionally.
It's very important because, like, when you dealing with, when you have a woman like that, you have to have, sometimes those uncomfortable conversations, they tend to get heated.
They get heated, child.
And
I know.
Sometimes you have to go away in another room for a while, calm down, and come back to each other and just have those conversations when you're level-headed instead of y'all just bickering. It don't come out right because then y'all gonna say some things that y'all really don't mean.
And we can't take those things back.
You sure can't.
We can't take those things back. So what about you, Farron? Like, what was it about him when it comes to, like, being emotional during those conversations? Because, like, that's one of the things. Like, one of the things when I'm working with couples and I talk to them and I tell them, like, when you're dating, you want to, like, we do a lot of, let's go to the movies, let's go out to eat. But sometimes our date needs to be like, let's go on a camping trip, right? One of my guests back there. It needs to be something like that because, one, we got to put a tent together. So then I can see, put up a tent rather. So then I can see, how do you act under pressure, right? Let's go to the escape room, right? Let me see, how do you handle yourself when things are heated or when you are put under pressure? And so then that means that way I can decide whether or not you're somebody that I want to move forward with because I can see how you can handle yourself, right? So how do you guys, when you have conflict or disagreements, how do you handle that?
We talk it out. At first, it wasn't always talking. It was me being Farron.
What does that mean? Because we all don't know you, Farron.
Okay, well, that means I like to pop off when I'm heated. But I also learned that's the old Farron. The new Farron really kind of sit back, understand why, what's making me feel this way.
Yeah.
I give him his room to kind of breathe, like, don't say anything in the heat of the moment what you really don't mean.
Yeah.
And so I've learned over time, as years has went by, I've learned to really just give him space, give myself space. Because if I don't give that space, or you don't give me that space, we're going to constantly just be going back and forth. So for me, it took a lot of patience in this. So
yeah. So patience with yourself and patience with him, or just patience with you?
Both.
But both.
Both.
Yeah.
Because he have his moments too.
I mean, we all do.
And I have my moments. I do. But yes, it's been a journey for me. I'm learning that, constantly learning how to do that. I'm not perfect. I'm not 100% there yet, but I'm constantly learning.
Yeah.
Because you constantly change.
Absolutely. What about you, Trevor? What would you say was when she said, like, let's go back to Farron saying, I'm Farron and I pop off.
Ooh. That was a lot of nights I had to drink.
Drink more than white.
Yeah,
drink more than white grape sparkling.
Yeah. Little Hennessy, drink a little wine.
Did you say a little Hennessy?
Yeah, out of that.
You had to drink something to deal with Farron.
Look, not yeah, sometimes.
Something.
Got better though.
But it's the look that you gave. You said yes sometimes. But you know what? But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Like, when you get to that point, in a relationship when you have to drink in order to deal with your partner. Like that's really not a healthy state to be in. So how did you guys deal with that to get out of that state, right? Because to be able to say that, in order for me to deal with this person that I'm saying that I want to be with, this person that I'm saying that I want to spend my life with, like, so that means I'm going to be drinking for the next, however many years before I have to have a conversation with you. Like, like, I prefer my liver.
Yeah.
So
and then too, like with my past with my dad was alcoholic. So I want to go a different path than that. So I was just playing when I said that.
Yeah, no, but I know, but I want to let's address it because we have some people out there that might be what they do.
Yeah. So it's just when it comes to those, sometimes when you're having those heated conflicts, sometimes some things don't need answers. Sometimes you just have to just go your separate ways because if you have sometimes those words, like you said, words, you can't take those words back. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that you said some things don't need answers. And I think that's what we have to get to, is understanding that sometimes we just need to be quiet. Right? And with you guys saying that you are believers, right? And I think that sometimes God will reveal to us, right? And we have to just learn how to be obedient to him, our Father, one. And sometimes he's just saying, close your mouth. And let me work it out. And that sometimes within itself can be hard.
And sometimes you have to go in your prayer closet and just pray. Just ask God to give you strength.
Yeah.
And that helps too.
Yeah. That helps a whole heck of a lot. Heck of a lot. So let me ask you, how did you, because you guys, with you being a younger couple, because y'all are what, in y'all 20s? 20s. Okay, y'all in y'all 20s, early 30s? 20s, early 30s. Okay. With you guys being a younger couple, and I know that you met when you were like were you in college, Mary? Okay. So they met when they were in college. And I mentioned before that you have the bakery business. And then you graduated with your bachelor's and master's. Just bachelor's. Okay. So you graduated with your bachelor's degree. You're a young couple. So talk to me about how did you go about life and make sure that you did not lose who you were, right? And the reason that I ask, because sometimes, I don't want to say just young couples, but couples in general, like sometimes even some of the couples that I work with, we tend to lose ourselves in our partner. And so with you pursuing your degree as a teacher and you coming into the relationship and you already have your bakery business, how did you make sure that you did not lose who you were as individuals as you came together as a couple?
We just stay balanced. We had schedules. When she had something to do, I would support her, and then when I had something to do, she'd support me. But it's just like balance. You got to make sure that she does whatever goals she has to do. You have to be supportive in that state, and she has to support me too. It's just really balanced. Writing stuff down, say, hey, I have this to do this week. Okay, well, I adjust my schedule, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah. So you came into so did you guys share your goals and aspirations with one another?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay. And then to make sure that they align, right? To make sure that I'm okay with where you're trying to go and you're okay with where I'm trying to go, and how I can be of support to you as you do what you do and as I do what I do, but then as we do what we do.
It's funny because I bake, and then she was like, oh, I want to start, doing candles. I want to start doing, so she started ending up doing strawberries. So
strawberry candles?
Chocolate covered strawberries.
Oh,
and she wants
from candles to...
Yeah, she wanted to do candles too. So it was something that she had aspirations, goals, and dreams for. I was like, okay, well, let's look online and see what we can do to get. But then, I bake, so now she does chocolate covered strawberries, Rice Krispie treats. So, not only does she do that, but she also bakes and stuff too.
Okay. So he got you in the kitchen.
A little razzle dazzle.
A little razzle
dazzle.
got you in the kitchen. Got you in the kitchen. All right. So Can you talk to us and let us know, like, what is one lesson that you have learned about yourself in this relationship that you guys have?
She's the first female that I could be emotional with. I've never been emotional with no other female. She's really the only female besides my family
Right.
that I've been in a relationship that I can cry and be vulnerable with. And that's what like really makes me love her more, because I can be vulnerable, I can be emotional with her, and she doesn't take it nowhere. She is with us.
I love that you said, and I love that you not just said emotional, but you said, because a lot of times we don't understand that as men, and especially black men, that it's okay to cry. So you said that she's the first female that you're able to be emotional with, and then you let us know that that includes me crying, you know? So I love that. I love that. So what about you, Farron? What would you say? What is one lesson that you've learned about yourself in this relationship?
I learned it's okay to be patient with myself and with him. I was fighting patience. Like, I wanted right then and there, what were you doing? What's going on? Like, when we going here? When we doing this? And it was just slow down, stop, be patient, learn to trust the process. That was continuing to play for the past year. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
It was hard, but trust the process. So I learned.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Please support us by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this episode. Comment below.